everyone, welcome back to Biophilia, your all-time study mate. In this video, we are going to continue with the class 11th chapter Plant Kingdom with the topic of angiosperms. If you get any help or feel our efforts put into each and every video or just to encourage us reach out many more people, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our amazing channel. So after the journey with biophilia with completion of algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, we have reached the last or the most advanced type of plants जिसको बोलते हैं angiosperms. So angiosperms जो होते हैं they are going to be the most advanced type of plants. Most advanced क्यों है? Because they have seen or passed the journey of evolution from algae and all those things जो उनके पास evolve करने के लिए chances थे they have completed those and they have been advanced to be well spreaded. वो हर terrain हर land forms में they are found, even they are found in water. So because of that angiosperms हर जगह पे दिखते हैं. So generally the flowering plants that you keep at your home in the potted plants वो सब भी generally क्या होते हैं, they are going to come from the angiosperms. So angiosperms, how are they going to be different from the algae and bryophytes? Majorly algae or bryophytes जो होते हैं their dominant plant body is going to be gametophyte. So हमने first और second parts में देखा था. But in the case of angiosperms, plant body का जो dominant phase होगा और the most visible phase, it is going to be nothing but the sporophyte. So sporophyte, so all the trees or the plants that you see, they are nothing but going to be the sporophyte generation of the angiosperms. So sporophyte जो होते हैं उनमें you can see the roots, stem and the leaves. And if you remember, when did it start differentiating? Differentiation कहाँ से start हुआ था? First time the differentiation was seen in the case of pteridophytes. So pteridophytes में for the first time you could differentiate root, stem and leaves. उसके बाद से फिर gymnosperms में दिखा and even in angiosperms you can find the differentiation. Now another thing about angiosperms which is special to them only, that is presence of true vessels and presence of companion cells in phloem. अब vessels or companion cells जो थे they were going to be absent in gymnosperms. Gymnosperms में if you have seen in the previous part of this chapter about gymnosperms, उसमें हमने पढ़ा था कि vessels and companion cells will be absent in gymnosperms, and since they were absent and present only in angiosperms, they are going to be the characteristic or they are the speciality of angiosperms. So characteristic feature कौन सा है? Presence of vessels in xylem and companion cells in phloem. Now after this, one more important or speciality of the angiosperms is presence of flowers. अब flowers जो होती है, these are going to be very colorful part of the plant. और ये flowers जो होती है these are going to be the reproductive organ for the angiosperms. So all those beautiful flowers that you see, they are going to have 4 whorls or you can say the 4 parts. उसमें से जो 2 parts होती है they are going to be responsible for the reproduction. रिप्रोडक्शन के लिए कौन से वॉल्स होते हैं? दे आर गोइंग टू इन्वॉल्व द स्टेमेंस, और स्टेमेंस जो होते हैं दे आर गोइंग टू बी इन्वॉल्व्ड इन द मेल part of the flower. So it is going to have microsporophyll, और जो carpels होती है they are going to be related with the female part of the angiosperms. So carpels के अंदर होते हैं megasporophylls which are going to form the male and the female gametes. So male and female gametes जो होंगे that is the spores, they are going to be heterosporous. Hetero means they will be different and they are different in the respect of size. So अगर size छोटा है that is microspores, that is nothing but the pollen grains, और बड़े size में जो होता है it is the megaspore which is related to the female spores. So that was about the characteristics of angiosperms. अभी जो microspore और megaspore है, how the formation occurs in those stamens and carpels is going to be our next explanation. Now let's understand about the structure of stamen and carpel. So जो stamen होता है which is going to represent the male reproductive part प्रेजेंट इन द फ्लावर। तो स्टेमन के अंदर दो स्ट्रक्चर्स मिलते हैं। द फर्स्ट टॉप मोस्ट विच इज बाइलोब्ड। एंथर कैसे होता है? इट विल बी बाइलोब्ड टेट्रास्पोरेंजिएट। So this will be even covered in class 12, but just for your information, anther is going to be bilobed and tetrasporangiate. So there will be four sporangium present. So it is tetrasporangiate anther, and along with anther there will be a tube-like attachment that is called as filament. अब ये तो हो गया about stamen, which is going to be the male part of the flower. अब जो फीमेल पार्ट होता है दैट इज नथिंग बट द कार्पेल बीइंग द फीमेल, इट इज गोइंग टू हैव थ्री पार्ट्स। फर्स्ट जो होता है दैट इज स्टिग्मा, जो होगा लैंडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म्स। what it is the landing platform for the pollen grains. So pollen grains जब भी pollination करके आएंगे it will land on the stigma. After the stigma comes the style. The style is going to be a tube like structure which is connecting stigma to the ovary. So ovary जो होगी उसके अंदर होंगे हमारे ovules, and these ovules are going to be the place wherein there will be egg of the female. So अभी यहाँ पे स्टेमन पता चल गया हमें, we saw about carpel. Now we have to understand कि कहाँ पे spore formation is going to occur. So spore formation in the male part which is going to occur in the anther, जबकि female जो spores बनेंगे it will be in the ovary. So these are the two places that we have to study in detail. So detail में study करने, first of all let's understand about the anther. So anther में as I told you there are going to be four spore places, spore bags. तो ये जो spore bags होती है उनमें होते हैं microsporangium. क्या बोलते हैं उन्हें? They are microsporangium, and these microsporangium are going to have cells which will differentiate to form the microspore mother cells. What they will form? They will form the microspore mother cells which will be diploid in state. अब ये diploid state से when there is going to be the process of meiosis or reductional division, then they will form माइक्रोस्पोर्स। अब ये माइक्रोस्पोर्स जो होते हैं, these माइक्रोस्पोर्स will have covering, उनके ऊपर कवरिंग या कोटिंग हो जाएगी, एंड कवरिंग और कोटिंग is going to make these microspores turn into pollen grains. So these pollen grains are nothing but going to be haploid in condition, even microspores being haploid. So this way pollen grain formation हो जाता है, and this pollen grains are going to be called as the reduced gametophyte. उसे क्या बोलेंगे? It will be called as reduced male gametophyte. So you can imagine कि ये pollen grains कितने छोटे होते हैं, which is going to make the male gametophyte. So because of that it will be the reduced form of gametophyte. तो अब pollen grains तो बन गए, but since now we have to understand it in the trigonometric form, so there will be one big mother cell which is in diploid condition, और उसमें जब होगा meiosis और reductional division, there is going to be formation of four small microspores. Now these microspores will be haploid condition, और इसको बोलते हैं tetrad. Tetrad यानी there will be formation of one cell से four cells are formed. So there will be four microspores which are going to be formed from one microspore mother cell. So tetrad formation होगा. Now let's understand about the female part. So female में क्या होगा? Female में होगा as there was microsporangium, यहाँ पे क्या होगा? Megasporangium. Now this megasporangium which will be present in the ovary, it will differentiate to form the megaspore mother cells. What it will form? Megaspore mother cells, because from this cell only the megaspores will be formed. So again meiosis will take place, and this meiosis will lead to megaspore formation. अब megaspores जो बनेंगे वो कैसे होंगे? Haploid होंगे. Now here the megaspores that are formed are going to be in the linear fashion. वो कैसे होंगे? They will be formed in the linear fashion. तो linear fashion में कैसे produce होंगे? There will be one big megaspore mother cell in diploid condition. Meiosis होने के बाद there will be formation of 4 megaspores. और very important thing to remember about this is जो यहाँ पे याद रखना है, that is going to be the twist which is different from the male and the female. So difference क्या है? The 3 will degenerate, यानी 3 megaspores जो होंगे they are going to degenerate and 1 is going to survive, or you can say one will be functional. One will be functional, and this one functional megaspore is going to form the mature embryo sac. वो क्या बनाएगा? Mature embryo sac formation will take place of that one functional megaspore. So जो ऊपर के 3 होंगे they will degenerate and only the one is going to become functional or survive. So यहाँ से हमें क्या देखने को मिलेगा? Very important that from one megaspore mother cell only one megaspore or one mature embryo sac is going to be formed. So this is going to be the twisting point of the difference between the male gametegenesis and the female gametegenesis. यहाँ पे 3 degenerate हो जाते हैं, whereas in the pollen grain formation all the 4 are going to survive. अब ये mature embryo sac formation कैसे होता है? That is going to be seen in the next slide. So now here you can understand the formation of mature embryo sac. So previous slide में हमने क्या देखा था? That from one mother cell formation of one megaspore was taking place, which was functional. So this one functional megaspore is going to be the place जहाँ से embryo sac formation will occur. So this functional megaspore is undergoing 3 mitosis. 3 mitosis होंगे, यानी how many cells will be formed? There will be formation of 8 cells. These 8 cells are going to then undergo rearrangement. There will be rearrangement of these 8 cells, and the rearrangement is going to be there for the formation of embryo sac. So rearrangement कैसे होगा? The rearrangement can be seen over here in the diagram. So let's understand. सबसे पहले क्या होगा? The 3 cells are going to form the antipodals of the upper side. So यहाँ पे 3 antipodals बन जाएंगे. Then there will be one cell which will be forming the central cell. Then one making the egg cell, 2 synergids and filiform apparatus. So कैसे हो जाएगा? The embryo sac will be having 3 antipodals. वो 3 हो गए. बीच में there will be one central cell. यहाँ पे 2 हो जाएंगे synergids and one egg cell. So this will be the formation of embryo sac. अब embryo sac में क्या है? There is egg cell which needs to be fertilized. So how is this going to occur? अब male gametophyte यानी pollen grains जो थे वो कहीं और बन रहे हैं, that is inside the anther, और जो egg है वो कहाँ पे हो रहा है? It is occurring inside the ovary. So both needs to come together, and that togetherness will come with the help of pollination. So pollination is going to occur, and pollination can be of 2 types. So methods, first can be abiotic. Abiotic है यानी it can take help of either water, it can take help of wind, या फिर biotic यानी taking help of living organisms, like it can have honeybees यानी insects है, butterflies है, even humans sometimes can help in pollination, some animals can help in pollination, ants होते हैं, bats होते हैं, all those snakes, all these can also help in pollination. So pollination जब होता है, what is going to occur? There is going to be a stigma So that stigma is the landing platform. लैंडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म पे जब पोलन ग्रेन इज गोइंग टू कम एंड सिट, यहाँ पे क्या आया, पोलन ग्रेन हैज कम एंड लैंडेड ऑन टू द स्टिग्मा. अब जब ये पोलन ग्रेन इज गोइंग टू बी checked by the stigma that whether it is coming from the same family, or you can say, let me draw it again uh, so that it will be easier for you to understand in detail. सो यहाँ पे बड़ी सी स्टिग्मा बना लेते हैं, स्टिग्मा स्टाइल एंड ओवरी. Now this is going to be the pollen grain which has landed. अब जब pollen grain is accepted by the stigma, what is going to happen? There is going to be formation of pollen tube. क्या होगा formation? Pollen tube is going to be formed. Now this pollen tube when is formed is going to try to enter the mature embryo sac which is going to be present over here. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा, embryo sac will be present. So pollen tube जो होती है, that pollen tube is going to have two male gametes. क्या होंगे उनके पास? They will have two male gametes which needs to be traveling through the pollen tube and entering into the embryo sac. अब जब वो enter होंगे, this embryo sac which is going to be placed is going to have filiform apparatus. So if you can see over here in the diagram that there are filiform apparatus which are going to be finger like projections. So यहाँ पे भी present होंगे those finger like projections which are nothing but the filiform apparatus. This filiform apparatus is going to guide the entry of pollen tube. So filiform apparatus के पास कुछ chemicals होती है because of which the pollen tube is attracted towards it and then the male gametes can be released inside the embryo sac. अब embryo sac के अंदर जब two male gametes release होंगे तब क्या होगा, there is going to be the process of syngamy. So first of all क्या होगा, सबसे पहले the egg cell which is the फीमेल गैमीट विच इज इन हैप्लॉइड कंडीशन, वो एग सेल के साथ एक मेल गैमीट इज गोइंग टू फ्यूज. व्हेन वन मेल गैमीट फ्यूजेस विद द एग सेल that is also haploid, male gamete भी haploid है, that will make the process and form the zygote जो होता है diploid state में. So this when happens it will be called as, what is it called? It will be called as syngamy or fertilization. So ये प्रोसेस जहाँ पे एक एग और एक मेल गैमीट फॉर्म होता है टू मेक द जाइगोट इज कॉल्ड एज सिनगैमी. अब और एक मेल गैमेट रह गया बिकॉज यू नो दैट देयर विल बी टू मेल गैमेट्स विच आर कमिंग फ्रॉम द पोलन ग्रेन्स. So second male gamete किसके साथ फ्यूज करेगा? So the second is going to fuse with the polar nuclei. अब polar nuclei क्या होते हैं? Polar nuclei होते हैं that when there was rearrangement to form the embryo sac, दो cells ने अपने cell membranes को fuse करके the nucleus could not fuse. So if you see in the diagram again that there are going to be presence of polar nuclei. जो polar nuclei होगा they will have two nucleus separated but only one cell membrane. Because of that reason polar nuclei जो होते हैं they are in diploid state. So diploid state के polar nuclei when they are going to fuse with one male gamete, क्योंकि वो दो मेल गैमेट्स आए थे, सो अगेन दैट विल बी हैप्लॉइड एंड दिस विल लीड टू फॉर्मेशन ऑफ प्राइमरी endosperm nucleus. What it will form? It will form the primary endosperm nucleus which is also called as PEN. So PEN formation will take place which is going to be ट्रिप्लॉइड इन इट्स प्लॉइडी. क्योंकि यहाँ पे पोलर न्यूक्लियाई 2n था और मेल गैमीट n था, फ्यूजन के बाद हो जाएगा ट्रिप्लॉइड. So this PEN nucleus is going to undergo further mitosis. Further mitosis हो के क्या हो जाएगा? Many cells will come together and form the endosperm. Now this endosperm is going to be the nutritive tissue which will provide nutrition to the zygote or the एम्ब्रियो. सो जाइगोट आगे जाके क्या बनेगा, एम्ब्रियो बनेगा which will be diploid, और एंडोस्पर्म बनेगा which is going to be triploid in nature. So again, endosperm formation is going to be a characteristic feature of angiosperms because the fusion of polar nuclei and one male gamete is going to be called as triple fusion. उसको क्या बोलते हैं, triple fusion. Why triple fusion? Because there are three nucleus which are involved in the fusion, जैसे टू न्यूक्लियस ऑफ पोलर न्यूक्लियाई एंड वन ऑफ द मेल गैमीट, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ट्रिपल फ्यूजन. अब यहाँ पे और एक बात क्या याद रखनी है, दैट व्हेन सिनगैमी एंड ट्रिपल फ्यूजन आर सेड टुगेदर, क्योंकि ये क्या हो रहे हैं, दे आर ऑकरिंग इनसाइड टुगेदर इन द एम्ब्रियो सैक, यानी सिनगैमी और ट्रिपल फ्यूजन साथ में हो रहे हैं, दैट टुगेदर इज कॉल्ड एज डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. What is it called as? It is called as double fertilization, wherein syngamy and triple fusion occurs together in the angiosperms. So again, this is going to be a characteristic, a feature of angiosperms, क्योंकि ये happens only in angiosperms. Double fertilization is occurring only in angiosperms. So this was about the fusion and the story about the male and the female gametes formation of embryo sac, and finally double fertilization is also explained. अब जो हमें आगे पढ़ना है अबाउट एंजियोस्पर्म्स या उनके फर्दर क्लासिफिकेशन कैसे होता है, क्लासिफिकेशन विल ऑकर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कॉटिलिडॉन्स. सो अब क्या होता है, द एंडोस्पर्म विच वॉज formed after the triple fusion, that endosperm will further get arranged and form the cotyledon. अब cotyledon formation होगा, so it can either form two cotyledons or it can form a single cotyledon. So based on the number of cotyledons, you can classify the angiosperms further. So let's understand कि उनके classification को कैसे होता है. So here the classification of angiosperms occur on the basis of number of cotyledons. So number of cotyledons जो होते हैं, अगर वो दो है, if they are two in number, it will be called as dicotyledony. So that is what we are studying over here, and the next slide we will see if it is a single cotyledon, it is called as monocot seed. So dicotyledons जो होते हैं, the seeds will have two cotyledon. So जो mature embryo sac होता है, so seeds are going to form from the ovules. When ovules are going to mature, they will be forming from the ovules. And if you know from the earlier classes that the ovary is going to turn into the fruit. So fruit formation or covering of the seeds will be nothing but the fruit, क्योंकि fruit के अंदर seeds होंगे, and because of that it is called as angiosperms, which is different from the gymnosperms, क्योंकि gymnosperms कैसे होते हैं, they are naked seeded plants. So यहाँ पे the seeds or the ovules are going to have their covering with the fruit which is becoming from the ovary. So dicotyledon के जो characteristics होते हैं, first of all they will have two cotyledons in the seeds. जो leaves होते हैं, the leaves are going to be simple. So this is going to be a single leaf. So simple leaf with reticulate venation. Reticulate means mesh-like venation is going to be seen. So here if you can see in the diagram down below, उनमें कैसे होते हैं, net like और mesh like venations होती है. So there will be the characteristics about the dicotyledon plant. फिर dicots में you can also see taproot formation that you can see in the photograph as well. और जो flowers होती है उनको either you can have the whorls. So whorls में you can understand about calyx, corolla, or you can say the petals. All those things will be present in either the multiples of 4 or they will be in the multiples of 5. So either they can be tetramerous or pentamerous. फिर उनके जो वैस्कुलर बंडल्स होते हैं. वैस्कुलर बंडल्स यानी क्या होते हैं? द जाइलम एंड द फ्लोएम. The xylem and phloem together form the vascular bundles. Now they are going to be open. What do you understand by open vascular bundles? There will be presence of cambium. So presence of cambium यानी अगर cambium present होगा, then the cambium is going to allow to increase the girth. Increase in girth is the phenomenon that occurs only in dicots because it is having cambium, और cambium होने की वजह से the width of the plant or width of the tree is going to increase. सो गर्थ पड़ेगा यानी ट्री जो पहले बहुत पतला सा हुआ करता था with 1 or 2 leaves, now it will be a big trunk. So the trunk formation होता है, that is because of the presence of cambium or open vascular bundles. So examples of dicots can be as sunflower, pea, rose, cotton, eucalyptus. All those are going to be the examples of dicotyledons. Now let's understand about monocotyledons. Monocotyledons क्या होते हैं? They are going to have one cotyledon, and one cotyledon is going to have one special name. That special name is called as scutellum. वो one single cotyledon को एक special नाम है, that is scutellum. सो द लीव्स जो पहले डाइकॉट्स में कैसे थे? डाइकॉट में द रूट द लीव्स वर व्हाट? रेटिकुलेट वेनेशंस. बट हियर इफ यू कंपेयर, जो लीव्स होंगे दे विल बी इन पैरेलल वेनेशन. सो पैरेलल वेनेशन कैसे होंगे? दे विल बी स्ट्रेट इन पैरेलल. सो यू कैन सी इन द photograph over here how they are going to differ from the dicot leaves. फिर रूट्स जो जहाँ पे इन द प्रीवियस व्हाट इट वाज हैविंग टैप रूट इन द डाइकॉट्स. सो जस्ट फॉर रिविजन सेक, टैप रूट वाज देयर इन डाइकॉट्स. मोनोकॉट्स में क्या होगा? मोनोकॉट्स में देयर विल बी एडवेंटिशियस रूट्स. So in the previous, with again reference to dicots में क्या था? They were having multiples of 4 or in multiples of 5. So either they were tetramerous or pentamerous. अब यहाँ पे कैसा है? Monocots में they will be in the multiples of 3. So the petals or the calyx, corolla, all these will be in the multiples of 3. Then monocots में there is going to be vascular bundles, that is presence of xylem and phloem. This xylem and phloem will be a closed bundle. Closed यानी क्या होता है? There is no cambium. When there is no cambium, what can you understand from the previous slide? There is no increase in गर्थ. यानी गर्थ अगर इंक्रीज नहीं होगा, दैट मीन्स देर इज नो ट्रंक फॉर्मेशन. सो नो ट्रंक फॉर्मेशन, सो जो स्टेम होगा दैट स्टेम विल बी इन लेसर डायमीटर. उनका डायमीटर इज नॉट गोइंग टू इंक्रीज. डायमीटर डज नॉट इंक्रीज. सो अगर कैम्बियम प्रेजेंट होगा then the diameter will increase, otherwise the diameter remains the same. So example of monocots में what can you remember? You can remember about banana, sugarcane, palm. Cereals. Cereals can be like wheat and rice, so they are coming under cereals. Then bamboos and orchids. So all these can be monocots, और generally monocots जो होती है they belong to the grass family. So all those generally जो grasses होती है, all those grasses are belonging to the monocots. So grasses, if you must have seen, तो grasses में you can identify the differences between the leaves. You can see their flowers, और उनके roots भी कैसे होंगे? fibrous या adventitious roots मिलेंगे. सो ग्रासेस तो आपने देखे होंगे इन योर लॉन, इन योर बैकयार्ड गार्डन्स. सो ग्रासेस के जो स्टेम्स होते हैं, हैव यू सीन हैविंग बिग लार्ज थिक स्टेम्स? उनके पास थिक स्टेम्स नहीं होते हैं बिकॉज दे आर हैविंग क्लोज्ड वैस्कुलर बंडल्स, या उनके पास कैम्बियम नहीं होगा टू इंक्रीज द डायमीटर ऑफ द stem. So with this you can understand the difference between monocots and dicots. Now let's understand about the economic importance of these angiosperms. So angiosperms जो होते हैं, that is cereals, they can produce cereals, and these cereals are going to involve, that is wheat, rice, all those are nothing but cereals. There are many vegetables, fruits that can be consumed as food. So many things that you eat in your daily diet, वो सब कहाँ से आते हैं? Coming from the angiosperms. Then the main source of edible oils, all the oil forming plants are nothing but, that is, for example, if you say oil plants like groundnut, your sunflower, mustard, coconut, all these are going to be nothing but angiosperms. फिर spices जो produce होते हैं, that is a very important part of Indian cuisine. So spices like cloves, pepper, or cardamom, all these, nutmeg, all these are nothing but plants of angiosperms. Common beverages, रोज सुबह उठ के हमें चाय और कॉफी चाहिए, so all those chai and coffee are nothing but angiosperms. So since you start your day, you are going to have the use of angiosperms, and angiosperms लोगों को इतनी demand है, so that is also giving you economic for the person who is selling as well as for the country with the export market. फिर medicinal plants आती है, so medicinal like quinine, which is used in treating malaria, belladonna and ashwagandha. So many medicinal plants which are used in Ayurveda as well. So Ayurveda, maybe there is going to be for usage of these the angiosperm plants or herbs which are medicinal plants. फिर मेजरली जो डाइकॉट्स होते हैं, द डाइकॉट्स आर गोइंग टू बी इन्वॉल्व इन हार्डवुड. हार्डवुड क्या होता है? वाई डाइकॉट्स आर यूज? डाइकॉट्स आर गोइंग टू यूज बिकॉज देर इज प्रेजेंस ऑफ केम्बियम, और एज आई टोल्ड यू, केम्बियम होने की वजह से द डायामीटर ऑफ द ट्री इज गोइंग टू increase, और diameter जब increase होगा, there will be formation of thick logs of wood. So thick logs of wood is going to produce hardwood which is used as timber. So timber के लिए कौन कौन से trees use हो सकते हैं? So for timber there can be teak, oak, then there can be sesame wood or sandalwood. All these trees can be dicots used as timber. जैसे हमने, if you remember, if you would have attended the video of in gymnosperms. So gymnosperms जो होते हैं वो किस चीज़ के लिए यूज होते हैं? Gymnosperms are going to have light wood. Light wood होता है उनके पास, and because of light wood they are going to be used in formation of matchsticks, paper और all those stuff. जबकि जो angiosperms होते हैं they will have hardwood, and the gymnosperms will have the soft or the light wood. फिर different qualities of fibers are going to be used. So generally cotton fiber जो होता है, that is going to be used for textile making clothes. या फिर other fibers like you can use jute. So jute के भी fibers आते हैं. There can be coconut fibers which can be used. Again hemp, or you can also use palm trees which are going to be used for fiber formation, or erica plants. All those can be used for formation of fibers. So यहाँ से from the day when you start till the places you wear your clothes and go, all those things are going to involve somewhere angiosperms. So angiosperms दिन से लेकर रात तक there is going to be economic importance. So I hope with this explaining about how the characteristics of angiosperms differ from the other plants, and then we also saw gamete formation, gametes कैसे fuse होते हैं. Then we saw about the double fertilization. Double fertilization क्यों बोलते हैं? Because there is going to be the triple fusion and the syngamy, because two male gametes are going to be involved in the fusion. So zygote formation, zygote से बनेगा embryo, and the PE, and that is primary endosperm nucleus, is going to convert into endosperm. फिर endosperm से dicots and monocots पढ़ा, and then we have understood the economic importance of angiosperms. So this brings us to the end of the angiosperms topic. और एक लास्ट टॉपिक बचेगा टू कंप्लीट दिस चैप्टर. So last topic which is going to be about the life cycles of plants. So वो video आने आएगा very soon, and that would complete the chapter of plant kingdom. So if you like our videos and if you get any help understanding these chapters easily, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our amazing channel. क्योंकि when you like, share and subscribe, we understand that you are getting some help, and that encourages us to give you more you beautiful content, understand it more better. So till then, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Keep smiling, keep studying hard. Meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.